Hello and welcome to a Tabby Bricks Productions video, and today I'm going to be looking at all my Harry Potter minifigures. So yeah, let's get started with year 1. So here are the first year students. Now obviously you can see Cho Chang and Neville who have mid-legs, but I'm still including them in this kind of section because they fit with the uniform at the moment. But we have Harry, Ron, Hermione, Cho Chang, Neville Longbottom, Susan Bones, and Draco Malfoy. Now, they all utilise kind of similar torsos, except from different ties and maybe some different scuff and maybe some different wrinkle marks on their t-shirts. Harry, Ron, and Hermione all have the same jumpers, so does Neville here, and then there are different ones for Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and I believe that's Ravenclaw in the back. Now, from the back, all the figures have kind of similar torso printing, just kind of inverted, or just a different little scuff. And I believe most of these figures do have a secondary face. So for Draco Malfoy, he's very angry. For Susan Bones, she is very sad. For Ron, he is quite scared. For Harry, he is scared. For Hermione, she's worried. Cho Chang has no secondary face. And Neville has a squinting face. Those are my Harry Potter first year or main uniform figures. Here's young Harry, Hermione and Ron in their casual clothes and Draco in his Quidditch robes. You can see they all have kind of unique casual clothes, which I especially like, and they are changed when it does come to Prisoner of Azkaban as well. I love the printing on Ron's clothes, and Hermione's are very vibrant as well. Harry's is a bit plain, but it could be very useful in Lego City kind of area. They all do have a nice printing on the back as well, and they all do have secondary faces. For Harry, Ron and Hermione, all their secondary faces are the ones that we've seen before, but Draco's changes because he has no secondary face. Now here's Harry, Ron, Hermione, Neville and Jean in their robes from Harry Potter. Now these are obviously not from the first film, but maybe from the second or third film, because they have now got mid-legs and they're a bit taller than before. Surprisingly, Ron doesn't have any freckles, because on his younger figure he does, but not anymore, so he must have lost them with age. Hermione has a standard face as well, quite different to the other Hermiones, but I kind of like it. Neville has a typical Neville face, and Dean has a nice smiley face as well, and Harry has a nice smiley face. And then on their back, they have similar printing on the back of all the figures, but some of them are a bit different. Most of these figures have no secondary face printing, as we can see, except from Neville, who looks weirdly like Wormtail in that for some reason. But yeah. Now we have Harry, Ron, Hermione and Hagrid from the Prisoner of Azkaban. Now here we can see that they all have new casual clothes. Well, maybe Harry has the same ones but just a bit unzipped more. But Ron and Hermione definitely have new torsos here, and they are using some nice, newly moulded and newly coloured mid-legs. They all have nice back printing as well, with some wrinkles and some added details on the back, which is quite nice. Hermione has a snarled or angry face, Ron has maybe an upset face, and Harry has a grumpy face. And Hagrid, well, he doesn't have a secondary face in this set for some reason, but he does have a nice front face. The next characters in my list are Slughorn's guests at his dinner party. Now, I really like this set of characters, and they actually, believe it or not, all come in one set. It's very nice to see all of these characters come in one set because you get a very good lineup. I did also include Neville, even though that he's not in his dinner party attire, he's more in his serving attire, and Draco because he also did come in that set, and I love these robes here. All these characters do have secondary faces, I do believe, so let's show you them. Neville has a nice smile, Draco has maybe an angry face, Harry has an angry face, Ron has an angry face, Hermione has an angry face, another angry face, and Luna has maybe, I don't know what face that is, that's a very weird face, maybe a shocked face. Here is all the back printing as well, all very unique and all very nice. Let's just show you Luna's back printing because that is very nice as well. But yeah, great figures all around, and I love how these all come in one set and they all look great. Now here we have Ron, Hermione and Harry from the Half-Blood Prince. Now we have Ron, Hermione and Harry from the Half-Blood Prince. Now, I especially love these torso prints. They're so vibrant and unique, especially Ron and Hermione. I just love it so much. Harry's is a bit more on the blander side, but still very accurate to how it looked in the films. And all their face prints, I believe, are unique to these figures as well. Look very nice. Or maybe Harry's is the same as that Harry's, but yeah, I love these face prints as well. And they do even have printing on their boots or on their shoes. Very, very nice. And they all do kind of have like a either shocked or angry face on the back as well. And I did decide to include the butterbeer on here as well. Now on to secondary characters. So first up we have Cedric, Luna, Moaning Myrtle, Ginny, and another Luna. Now, I love all these figures, very vibrant and very unique. I love how they look, and I hope to get more figures like this down the line. So, all their hair pieces are amazing, and most of them are new for these characters, except from probably Cedric and this Luna down here. But yeah, they also do have very nice back printing, especially with Cedric over here, which says Diggory, and underneath there, Luna has no back printing, but I guess that's allowed because her hair does cover her whole back. Ginny does have some back printing as well, and Moaning Myrtle does have a secondary face. So does Luna, and so does this other Luna, and Cedric does not have a secondary face. So yeah, that's the first list of secondary characters. Let's move on. Now on to our first lot of teachers/professors. So we have Trelawney, Professor Sprout, Lupin, Quirrell, and Mad-Eye Moody. I love all these figures as well. I love how Harry Potter has some very unique characters, and most of them don't look nearly even close to each other. They're all very unique and have amazing face prints as well. I especially love Mad-Eye's and Lupin's. But if we turn the characters around, they do have back printing as well, which is very nice, and I believe some of them have secondary faces. I find it very cool how some of these characters are even different characters on the back, like Barty Crouch Jr. and Voldemort, and even I think that might be Lupin about to turn into a werewolf, but I could be wrong. So yeah, that's the first list of teachers. Now let's get on to the next. Here's my second list of professors. Here we have Snape, Hooch, Flitwick, Umbridge, and Slughorn. Now for Slughorn, he has two very similar torsos, but they are slightly different. I believe that they're the same jacket, but maybe the undercoat is a bit different. And then for Umbridge, I especially love her outfit. It's very nice and very unique. Here we have Flitwick. He uses the small legs, and he uses this fairly new hairpiece, and I especially like that. Madam Hooch looks very nice as well, and Snape is a custom body because I don't have the real Snape, I only have his face and hair. But if we turn these characters around, most of them do have back printing, and Slughorn has some amazing back printing there, very, very vibrant. Slughorn has two of the same face, so I'll only take one of his hair pieces off. Umbridge has that secondary face, and I believe Hooch has that face, and Snape has that face. So yeah, those are the secondary professors. Here we have Dumbledore. And we can see a clear difference in hair colour, which is very surprising to see. I thought LEGO might have made it quite similar, but obviously because of the change of actors, they probably didn't decide to. But yeah, I love all these, but yeah, I love all these Dumbledores, all very unique and all very, very good. And I especially love all the new hair pieces, because all these characters have new hair pieces, and they all do suit him very well. My favourite is obviously this middle one. I don't know why, it's just so unique and fancy, and I especially like the hat which comes with it, the hair hat mold, which I could see being used for a Santa minifig down the line. They also do have back printing as well. Very similar faces there, but one's white and one's grey. But yeah, I love these figures, and Dumbledore is always a favourite character. On to some of my favourite characters because of their history. We have Nearly Headless Nick, James Potter, McGonagall, Lily Potter, and Dobby. Now, all these characters are very unique as well, and I especially love this baby Harry down here. Dobby's a fan favourite character, and he's very nice, and has no secondary face, of course, but he does look very cool. Lily's very nice, she has some great printing and a nice secondary face. McGonagall's a very unique character, and I want to see her in more sets. I know that her outfit doesn't change that often, but it would be nice to see her maybe in a Deathly Hallows set, because she is very prominent in that. And then here we go, again we have James Potter, who has a very cheery and happy face on the other side, very nice. And we have Nearly Headless Nick, which is very nice as well. Now on to some side characters which hardly appear in the films, maybe 2 or 3 scenes. Now I like all these figures, but as I said before, they don't appear that often, but they deserve to be shown here. They all do have nice torso printing, and some of them do have some very nice back printing as well. And so does Kingsley. I especially like Kingsley's torso, it's very unique, and I'd love to use that on a figure down the line. Some of them do have secondary faces, but not many. Yeah, that's some secondary characters. Wow, this is a weird bunch of characters. So we have Fred and George, Bellatrix, Voldemort, and Neville's grandmother. So you may be seeing here that we have Neville's grandmother. I did swap out Snape's face on that to make it look more like Neville's grandmother. And then we do have Lord Voldemort, Bellatrix, which is one of my favourite characters, and George and Fred at the back here. They all do have nice facial printing and nice torso printing. If we flip them around, most of them have some nice back printing and secondary faces. These faces are very expressive, and I love them so much. Give the last Harry Potter character till last, the best till last. Here we have Harry in his invisibility cloak, and I love this figure. It's one of my favourite figures of all time, and I couldn't really fit it in a list, but here it is on its unique own self. I love this cape, or the invisibility cloak. It's very fancy, very nice, and his torso printing's great as well, and can be used for so many figures, and I love it so much. Harry's face is very nice, but only one-sided. Maybe we could have got a secondary face, but it's very nice for the moment. Now, let's move on to some Fantastic Beasts characters. Here we have some Fantastic Beasts characters. We've got Newt, Jacob, Tina, Queenie, Credence, Dumbledore, and Grindelwald. I love these characters so much, and I love their Fantastic Beasts series so far, even though we haven't finished it fully yet. But I would love to see where it goes. I do have a custom Dumbledore here, from the second film. I just decided to make one to go with these figures, and in the back here we do have a Percival Graves or Grindelwald. I love that very much. All these figures came in the CMF series, and I believe none of them has secondary faces except from Credence, who has this obscurial face, which is very nice. They all do have very nice back printing as well. And yeah, that's the Fantastic Beasts figures. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, remember to like, comment and subscribe, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.